The Department of Behavioral Sciences started from CATH, the Comparative Teaching Hospital, originally, as a small unit offering psychiatric services. And then gradually, that unit has blossomed into an accredited site for the teaching and training of medical students. Over the years, we had more presence at the KNUST campus with the preclinical component of the department. So you can think of the department as two-pronged, with the clinical bit at CATH and then the preclinical at KNUST. Now, the department, in terms of its composition, have several behavioral scientists put together. So we have psychologists, and the psychologists are of different backgrounds. We have clinical psychologists, we have people with educational psychology backgrounds, and then also we have the psychiatrists with us. We also have a medical ethicist who works with us. So in terms of composition, the department is multidisciplinary in that way. Now, with respect to our orientation to teaching and training of medical students, we take the biopsychosocial perspective. And that is basically the perspective of helping the students to appreciate the synergistic interactions between genetic aspects and the environmental contributors to the etiology of illness. Okay, so the students have to appreciate, for example, in any ill condition or a disorder, the human person is a composite of the influence of genes and backgrounds, cultural background, for example, belief systems, family support or the lack of it, context in an environment, so that the care and service provision would take those two into account. Okay, and this is the key contribution of the Department of Behavioral Sciences, to train the students, medical students, to appreciate that perspective, that biopsychosocial perspective in patient care. Okay. Now, as a department in a medical school, we also bring another strength, and the strength is that we offer psychological services, I may say mental health services, to the students, to staff, and the entire university. Okay, because all of us in the department are clinicians, in addition to the teaching of courses. Another strength of the department is the provision of service teaching to other departments of the allied health sciences, in the training of those professionals. So we teach courses, psychology-related courses, to nurses, to people in midwifery, to those in sonography, those in audiology, and those allied health-related courses. All of that, we come at it from that biopsychosocial perspective. That adds to the provision of a holistic healthcare provision. Okay. Now, another strength is that the research that we conduct in this department is tailored to inform or enhance the practice that we give with respect to psychotherapy, psychiatric services, and or counseling of students. For example, in the wake of the COVID, last year, the department undertook research to look at the behavior of students with respect to adhering to the COVID protocols. Okay, basically we want to know if we are telling students to mask up, put on the mask, wash your hands, social distance, and all of that, psychologically, who is likely to do it? We have to understand the psychological determinants of the behavior. Why? So that we can, one, enhance the psychotherapeutic services that we give them in our practice, and two, also design programs that are context specific and suited to our our students' particular environment. And what's interesting, in this study, we found that students who have a higher perception of control and those with a greater sense of self-worth or self-esteem are more likely to adhere to the COVID protocols. Okay, so what does that mean? That informs us, the clinicians in the department, to design programs that will help the students to improve their sense of self-worth and also their sense of perception of control. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that the department conducts research that informs our clinical practice. Okay, and that's another strength that we bring to the formation of our medical students. What is the future like for us? Presently, we don't run any graduate program. Okay, about a couple of years ago, we ran a graduate program, MSc, in global mental health. Okay, it was well patronized, and the students have since graduated. But we run it every other year. So hopefully, next academic year, when we have it re-accredited, we'll mount that program again. We also have dreams of launching a new program in applied psychology with counseling and clinical tracks. Okay, what we hope to do is to add to the training of clinical psychologists and counseling psychologists for the university community and also for the nation. And we trust that the department has the diversity and the multidisciplinary components of the academicians to be able to successfully launch this program. So this is basically what the Department of Behavioral Sciences is about.